So we're going to be using the All Squared Away bundle, which of course is the one that is for my class this month. And it's really cute. Oh, a lot of you were saying that your mom sold a lot of your clothes too. And I figured probably, I mean, it's the era that we lived in, you know, that's just what they did is they made clothing. But I just have to chuckle sometimes when I look back and see those clothes. It just makes me laugh. Okay, we're going to use the Floral Squares dies. We're not going to use the stamp set. And honestly, I mean, no offense to the All Squared Away stamp set, but I think the dies could be, you could buy these and use these by themselves without the things. But these little things are pretty cute behind the windows. Like if you just cut this out and then you stamp that, it is really cute. So it does go together really well, but you could certainly use these alone, which I'm going to do today. Okay, so we're going to use the Sunny Sentiments stamp set. I'm going to use this one and this one. And yeah. Okay, so let's see, what die did I use? I picked that one and that one for the card today. I can't remember if I did the little tiny one or not. I don't think I did because I don't see any of the colors that I'm using stuck in the die. Okay, paper. Here we go. So I am going to be using the Polished Pink, which I love. It's like a really good color of pink. If any of you remember Positively Pink from many, many years ago, it kind of reminds me of that. I'm sure it's not the same shade. I don't have any of that paper anymore, but it kind of reminds me of that. And then a little layer of white for the inside. We have a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece of basic white. And then a 3 and about 5/8. Actually, I think I need to check this. It's supposed to be 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And now that I say that, I don't think I cut it right. Nope, I sure didn't. And then I'm going to have to use my other trimmer on this. So hold on. Okay, that should work now. I just want a little bit of the Daffodil Delight to kind of show through. So that's good. Okay. And then I have a 2.5 by 6 inch piece of the, what is this? Daffodil Delight Designer Series paper from the Brights stack. So here are the Brights papers. Just like they say, they are very bright, very fun. And I've said this 100 times. I'll probably say it 100 more. These patterns are my favorite patterns in these stacks in a few years. I love these patterns. I cannot get enough of them. Okay, I also have a little strip of Pear Pizzazz that I'm going to put on this layer of white. Obviously, it's too long, but I will cut that off. And then I have a 2 by 2 square of Daffodil. And then I have die cut the image out of both Pear Pizzazz and white. And I also cut the little flower out of the Shimmer Vellum, the Polished Pink Shimmer Vellum, and white. Because I find, oh, actually, I didn't need to do that. I was thinking I was putting this on green, but I'm not. I'm putting it on white. I find that if you're going to put these little things on anything but white, they need to have a white backing. Like, I'll show you the difference. Okay, so like here is this pink flower on this piece of Pear Pizzazz with a white layer under it. Here it is without the white layer. It still looks okay, but it really, really pops, and the pink really shows through really nicely if you actually put it on a white. So, little trick for you. Okay, so I'm going to cut this leafy part out of this die cut. So I'm just going to cut it straight along the edge here, as close to the edge as I can get. I don't care that the, well, I'll show you when I'm done what I don't care about. I don't care that, see how these edges, normally you would think you would trim those little weird things off, but you don't need to. When you stick it on here, it looks like it's supposed to be like that. So anyway, I'm going to add it with some liquid glue. So we'll get some liquid glue coming out here. And you know what I have found with this Shimmer Vellum, you guys, which makes me super happy? I haven't noticed it showing through when I put it on with glue. Like most vellum, like clear vellum or that frosted vellum, the normal vellum, you can see glue through it. I have not noticed that with using this Shimmer Vellum, and I did, quite a few things with it because it's included in my class, so I did use it. But I haven't noticed the glue showing through, so that makes me pretty happy. Okay, and then we have our pretty little flower there, and then I'm going to add this to this Daffodil Delight. So isn't that fun? And then the little hole in the center of the flower is yellow, which is perfect. All right, so let's get some glue on here. Just a little bit. And when I'm putting glue on, I just use a very, very skinny bead of glue. You guys might not even be able to see my glue. It's so thin. You do not need much liquid glue when you're gluing stuff down. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people will like to really squeeze out a ton. And then when you put your projects together, glue squishes out all over and makes a gigantic mess. How do I know this? Because I used to be a heavy-handed gluer. I've gone to rehab and now I don't anymore. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. Okay. So there we have that little fun thing. I'm going to, since I have this liquid glue sitting here, I'm going to add a thin bead of that to this edge of this layer of white. And I'm going to add my Designer Series paper. Bump that right to the edge. And then of course it's too long, but too long is much better than too short because you can always cut it off. Okay, so this seal, where did I put it? No, I thought maybe I stuck it in my other bucket. I didn't. So we are going to add this to the layer of daffodil. And again, there's just going to be a tiny little skinny border peeking out, but I just needed something between the layers when I put it onto the pink layer. All right, and then we'll go ahead and use some dimensionals on this piece. And I'm going to use 5. I'm going to put one in the middle. I like, or I don't like my layers to sag, so that's why I do that. And I see some more of you guys joining me tonight. Hello, Kelly, and hello, Lisa. Welcome, ladies. All right, so let me get this, try to get it centered. I think that, is that a dimensional backing? Yes. What the heck? Get out of there. Okay. All right. So we have our fun little focal point here. And then I need my sentiments. I pulled them out. Oh, here we go. So that says, what does it say? A happy hello to you. Let me ink that up. And I'm going to stamp that right down here at the bottom-ish. Hopefully it's straight. Please, 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 please. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty straight. It's straight enough for me. I'm happy with that. Okay. And I'm going to add this with some dimensionals, I think. I'm going to go 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you guys are just joining me, this is my class for the month of June. And I do have, not this particular card. This is not included in the class, but here's another idea for you. And I also made this card on a video here recently, so aren't those fun? Okay, so then we're going to open this up and we're going to stamp our other sentiment that says something in cursive that I can't read upside down at the moment, but we're going to stamp it on the inside here and then we'll know what it says. And I haven't tested this, so I'm hoping it's straight. Yay, it is. Okay. So I'm going to add my inside layer here. There we go. And also, if you've just joined me, I have been giving away random prizes before I've created some of these cards. So I've already given away 2, and I've got 1 more to give away at some point. Ooh, now I pulled out these different things. I don't know if I'm going to use any of them, all of them. I don't know. I might not use any. We'll see. But I also pulled out the snail mail twine because, you guys, snail mail twine is on sale for half price. You can get both of these rolls the white and the blushing bride for $3.50, which is crazy. So I am going to use this, and I'm going to tie myself, I think, a double bow. We'll see how it works out. Sometimes they work out fine. Sometimes they work out terrible. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of twine. I don't know how long they are, just whatever you want to do. And I'm going to tie a little bow here. Ooh, I think it might work. And then you just manipulate the loops like so. Yes, Nancy says 2 more ideas to go with her tutorial that she got from Stamp Happy Academy. Absolutely, Nancy. Yes, I think that's going to be good. I'm going to make this just a tiny bit smaller. There we go. And let me trim off the ends. Yay. Okay. And then we're going to use a glue dot. Ooh, I have to tell you guys a little trick. Some of you may know that the new glue dots are kind of rolled the wrong way. If any of you have gotten a new package of glue dots lately, the glue dots are on the opposite side of the paper than they normally were. But I didn't like that, so I decided to do something about it, and I re-rolled mine. So what I did was, when I just finally ran out of my old roll of glue dots, the ones that were on the right side, so I kept the little thing, and I took this roll, well, this has already been done, but I took my new roll, and I taped it to my old cardboard, and I wrapped it the opposite way all the way to the end, and now look at that. All my glue dots are on the right side again. So there you go. So if you happen to have a cardboard piece that you haven't thrown away yet, get it out of the trash or save it if you're almost done, and then just re-roll the whole thing. Yep. It's just, I can't use them that way. I'm old and I'm set in my ways and I can't do that. So there you go. Okay. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to put anything on here. I think it's cute just the way it is. I don't think I need any gems. I don't think I need anything but what's on here. So we're going to just leave it. So there you go. Oh, I do have to do my envelope. So let me bring my liquid glue back in here. And again, very, very skinny beads of glue. It looks like I'm putting a ton on, but there's not much really because the beads are so skinny. And then I will decide which side of the paper I want. I'm going to go with this side, I think. And put that right up against the edge. And again, this piece is 2.5 by 6. Probably doesn't need to be quite that long, but I mean, honestly, what are you going to have a 2.5 by 5 3/4? And then what are you going to do with the 1/4 inch strip of paper? You're going to throw it in the trash. So you might as well just cut it to 6. All right. And then we will just trim around the envelope. And sometimes my trimming skills are terrible when I do this. But, you know, if I cut off some of the envelope, who's going to know? Only me. Well, and you guys now. Hee hee. Okay. There we go. And so now we have a super cute card.